Xin chào. In today's video I'm gonna share with you my visit to a Vietnamese hospital, so make sure you stick around. Every year I'm doing a medical checkup because I want to know what's going on inside my body. I'm now 45 years old and I made it a habit for the past 6-7 years to do this. It doesn't matter in what country I am. So it was time now again to look for a proper hospital, a proper doctor or a proper facility who can do this. And I did some research, I looked up some hospitals in Danang and checked them out, physically went there, inquired for their prices for a basic medical checkup. And I actually visited 3 different hospitals. The first one is the Vinmec hospital. This is, I think, a private company. They have several hospitals in other cities in Vietnam. I know they have one in Nha Trang, and I'm pretty sure they have also hospitals in Hanoi and at least Saigon. And I checked out 2 other government hospitals and I got some information. So here's the story. The hospital which I eventually chose for my medical checkup was the Vinmec hospital, the private one. I knew the Vinmec from Nha Trang a few years earlier when I had to do something there, and I remembered it as a very state-of-the-art and clean hospital. Long story short, if you guys and girls have something to take care of in regards of your health in Vietnam, you want to visit the Vinmec hospital. It is a little bit more expensive, but expensive is relative. I will share some numbers in a moment. Eventually I wanted to do a medical checkup, a body checkup, which I do every single year. And they offered me a checkup for $181 US, which sounded a lot of money to me at the moment when I inquired for the health checkup. But they gave me a long list here with all the things they actually examine. And among them is not only blood and urine and stool and things like that, but they also do a electrocardiogram for your heart. They do chest x-ray, they do ultrasound where they examine your thyroids, the abdomen, kidney stones, your kidneys, even prostata and stuff. They look into your ears, your nose, your eyes. You're gonna see the eye doctor, you're gonna even see a dentist. And they do all kind of blood examinations. And they wanted to charge me $181. After that, I visited 2 other hotels and the price was almost 50% less. And they also would do some examinations. But at the end of the day, I decided to visit the Vinmec hospital because it is just an investment in my own health and well-being. Even I found $181 a little bit pricey, but considering the service they offered, and at the end, after my examination, I was so happy that I've done this in this hospital. And I also have to confirm that the treatment which I received and the way they do everything there was very, very professional. The Vinmec hospital basically is like a 5-star hotel. When you walk in already, you notice it. It is clean, it's so clean, it's modern. You can eat from the floor. I'm not making this up. The hospital in Danang, the Vinmec hospital in Danang was opened I think in 2017, so it's not that old. But it is really one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest hospitals I have seen in a long time in Southeast Asia. So you won't have any issues or challenges or worries visiting hospitals in Vietnam. The healthcare system, I think, here is great. They have educated and very skilled doctors and nurses, but especially in Vinmec. The entire procedure took me 2.5 hours to run through the entire list, and I didn't had to wait long. One day before I made my appointment, I could just walk in and say, hey, I want to do a medical checkup tomorrow. On the next day was a Saturday, and they said, okay, sir, no problem. You just register here, and tomorrow morning you come at 7 a.m. in the morning. Make sure you are early because we have a lot of people here to examine tomorrow. So I was there at 7 a.m. in the morning. I walked upstairs, registered, and then the examination already started. And because it's a long list, and a lot of specialists were involved, okay, it took some time, 2.5 hours. Actually, the lady said it would take like 4 or 4.5 hours. But that's okay. So yes, very impressed by the efficiency, very impressed by the cleanliness, and they even had a English translator, because at the end of my examination I had to see a general practitioner, which was a Vietnamese guy, an elderly Vietnamese doctor. He did not speak English, but they organized an English translator. And she translated everything into English. So communication also not a big deal. The female staff who work the reception there, they speak basic English, so you won't have any issues registering or introducing yourself or stating your problem. So overall, great experience. What else is to say? Yeah, and even at the end, they had a band playing down in the lobby. They had musicians playing there. I've never seen that before in any kind of hospital. I don't know what the reason was for that. Maybe there was an anniversary or something, I don't know. But I found it very accommodating and nice that they played this classical music there. So, to wrap up this video, great service, and I think the price is justified. $181 if you get that kind of treatment, that kind of service, that kind of examination. I've never received that extensive examination where the thyroids, for example, were included, where ultrasound was included, even electrocardiogram was not included in other countries like Thailand and Malaysia. But of course they have different packages also in different countries. I always chose the basic package basically. And I even believe that one here in Danang at the Vinmec was also the basic package. There are other packages which you can choose, and especially I think for women who have different things to take care of. But overall I was very happy. It was a great investment, and I believe for $181, if you go to any Western country, especially in Germany, you will never ever get this kind of high quality professional service. So long story short, that was my experience at the Vinmec hospital in Danang. I also visited the other two government hospitals, which were also clean and organized, but there are just more people, more local people hanging around and consulting these doctors. So you might have to take much longer waiting times into consideration. Yes, the treatment is cheaper, and also the English level is a little bit lower than in Vinmec. In Germany, for example, when I want to undergo a basic medical checkup, which is free once a year under the healthcare system in Germany, I only would get some blood. They would take some blood, they would weigh me, they would take my blood pressure, and they would do an electrocardiogram, and that's it. Yeah, no ultrasound, no X-ray. X-ray also had been done in Vietnam here, so a chest X-ray. So for you to see the difference in price and services. But I think it is well known among travelers in Southeast Asia, especially Western travelers, especially people who travel to Thailand. It's well known among Western travelers that the healthcare system and the provision of great healthcare is very popular here in these countries, and the quality is not lacking at all. I find it even better and more efficient. And yeah, in Germany you have to wait way longer if you get an appointment. This is the last thing I want to mention here, just to compare the two healthcare systems in Germany, which is a public system, right? Yeah, if you want to get an appointment at the dentist, for example, or at the eye doctor, you have to wait easily 2-3 months, which I find is a disgrace. It is absolutely terrible. Yeah, if you have a condition and you have to wait for 2 or 3 months. Here in Vietnam, you just walk in, you make an appointment, and you can see the doctor right away, basically. Yes, you have to pay up front some money, but you know, if you have a health insurance, you can claim the money back, right? This is what I have noticed here in Thailand, in Malaysia, in Singapore, even in the Philippines, where the health care system is great. Even in the Philippines, I must admit, and I witnessed this myself, I can recommend, if you have any issues in the Philippines, don't hesitate to see the doctor. Yeah, great nurses, great doctors, and the English is much better than in Vietnam. And in Vietnam, yeah, much better service and way cheaper and more efficient. So give me your thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comment section. As usually, I'm waiting for them. I want to engage with you. And then, yeah, you guys take care, and I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye.